We could also shop outside first, but let's go look at this here, because weight is not really a problem. At least not at the moment. It's further down. Nothing at all. This door. Was it the
We've
right
broken
way?
through in the right spot.
Seems like it was.
Quiet.
Stand ready. He killed Vanamar.
And many other mages. I know who he is, Cynthia.
In the same city as Philippa, and you didn't even bother to change your name. That takes balls.
Philippa's out of the picture. She's been arrested.
And I was supposed to die, but I didn't. Grave error.
I'll make you a deal.
Let's just go with what they're looking for. That's really unimportant for us. These two, however, those are good.
You don't get it. You turned Triss into a cold stone. I'm having a hard time trying to figure out why I shouldn't turn you into a cold corpse.
She is alive and well. We decompressed her successfully. There were no complications.
And the interrogation after she was decompressed? Because you did interrogate her.
I personally supervised it. We presented the tools, gave her a few bruises, and that sufficed to get her to talk.
See, both of these are good Geralt choices. But, ladders, this is what's going through his head, but we need to ask a bit first. Hopefully with a snide comment about how, it's definitely more than a few bruises, but whatever.
Tools? A few bruises? You really don't want to leave this crypt alive.
If we're to die, we'll do so proudly, serving the Emperor. But I think that unlikely. Contrary to what they say, you're no murderer. Triss told me so.
Got anything else to tell me?
Just one thing. I've supervised dozens of interrogations. All subjects talk sooner or later. That's an old truth. Though some resist longer than others. Triss Merigold did not resist at all. She grew pale at the mere sight of the saws, hooks, and needles. She was prepared to talk before the interrogation began.
Yeah, let's continue going, and if we can, then hit him afterwards.
What did she tell you?
I will not betray the Emperor.
Now let's whip out some good old intimidation, because that's the good old thing to do in this situation.
I'm no good at interrogating others. Tell me, or I'll cut your hands off.
The Lodge of Sorceresses. We know its members. Margarita Loantil, Francesca Findabert, Fringilla Vigo.
Skip it. I'm not interested.
The assassinations of the kings. Philippa and Sheila de Tansarville commissioned them.
What else?
I don't know anymore. The subject needed to recover after the first session.
Okay, so that's direct confirmation. The Lodge of Sorceresses are immediately behind the assassinations.
How can I get into the Nilfgaardian camp?
There's one entrance. Beyond it, a long, heavily guarded corridor. You can't hope to sneak in. Renwald Matson chose a spot specifically to avoid being surprised.
Where are you holding Triss?
At the back of the camp, beneath a ruined building.
You're gonna help me free her.
Not likely. You're better off killing me now. You've no idea what the Emperor's intelligence apparatus does to turncoats.
And let's see, they have just told us that, they are behind a whole bunch of stuff. But there will be no deals.
There will be no deals.
For the Emperor!
Oh. They are starting to hurt. Makes sense considering they are both wizards. Christ, come on. Using the Gwen. Christ. No damage because of all this, but see, that's two of them burned to death.
I'm just glad we escaped with our lives.
Quest failed. Yeah, but it was worth it. It's what Geralt would do. Sure, we won't discover any secrets of Loch Win, but there's another footprints up alley. Well, interesting enough. But we did the Geralt thing to do, and we'll get some information. Essence of water and some money.
Well, I suppose that marks the definitive end of our expedition.
You couldn't spare them. We cannot hope to breach dear Henna's locks without them.
I know, but I had no choice. I know Cynthia, her methods. They'd have used us just before they killed us.
What about science?
Science will find a way.
Yep. And to be fair, the only reason for agreeing to help them was to get to Cynthia. Is to find out what exactly she knew. And as it turned out, her buddy there, Adalbert, was more than willing to oblige us with a whole bunch of information. Which means that we now have a clear game plan.
At your service.
This lady is selling.
So, are you a sorceress now?
It's not that simple. A pass is simply not enough. But Philippa Eilhart summoned me here for an important exam, so I hope to be one soon.
An exam?
A secret one. I'm not even sure how to prepare. I'm cramming intensely, everything bit by bit, just to be sure.
Good luck. Still willing to sell me potions and herbs?
I'm a student, aren't I? Every little copper counts.
I'm collecting information about the Wild Hunt. Help me out.
The Wild Hunt. A retinue of wraiths who speed across the heavens upon skeletal horses. Positive proof of its existence has yet to be proffered. However, no one is prepared to deny its occasional sorties into this world.
Proffered? Sorties?
That, at least, is what I remember from the lectures.
Okay. Does she sell any good diagrams that we want to use, or formulas? Not really. We've got all the ones we need. All the ones that don't give massive penalties to a bunch of stuff. Sure, this is good if you don't have any of that going yourself. but we just happened to do so, so surgical tools. The request are items, so we'll grab them, because we aren't really peddling anything else. What's this guy then? Hey, that's that guy we beat up.
Things?
You're either very unobservant or very rude. I thought I'd meet some of my colleagues from years past, chat with them and reminisce, but they all turn their heads away and treat me like air.
Mages aren't known for being polite.
You're telling me. They threw me out of Banard the first chance they got. Must have beaten the Chancellor one too many times. They've all forgotten me, and I believe I've had enough. I'm getting rid of the grimoires and amulets. I don't want anything to do with mages.
I'd like to cast an eye at those if you don't mind.
Sure. Cast both if you want.
Let's just ask about the Wild Hunt, because we know that we were chasing them, and they were chasing us, so...
Anything on the Wild Hunt in your collection?
I'd avoid the topic altogether. Nothing good has ever come to those who have delved.
I'll take my chances. I need to know why the Wraiths carry off youths. What happens to them?
This knowledge has never been recorded, which does not mean it cannot be acquired.
Well, I'd like to acquire it.
In the chasms beneath Loch Muin, there is a sword that once belonged to an elf from the parallel world.
And nobody's gone to look for it?
There are mages who seek it still, but the sword is well concealed. They say he who handles it will understand the essence of the Wild Hunt. Could that be true, though?
Now, I can't really remember what we've been told already about the Wild Hunt. We don't need those. He just sells the more or less the same things as the other lady. Let's see what Silkrat's all about now.
Yes?
I guess you're here about the war with Kedwin.
They wouldn't let us near Natalis, and Radovid refuses an audience. Scandalous. The mages drone on about their coven of advisors, but even they don't take us seriously. Perhaps the prince could get something, but I'm not certain they'll let him into the talks. Henselt protested, and the others are too cowardly to stand up to him. As a result, we are not officially here.
Henselt can't openly interfere in your matters.
Who's to stop him? He claims the prince is preparing to set a dangerous precedent by eradicating serfdom.
Terrible crime. Next thing you know, he'll do away with court protocol. The mages will be overjoyed if you sign their treaty. Any idea who'd be the advisor in Vengerberg?
They insist on appointing the advisors themselves, though I doubt Saskia will accept that.
Anything can happen.
That lass will allow no one to control her.
Huh.
I've been observing her. She's a splendid commander.
Making her even more dangerous if anyone manages to manipulate her.
I'm not sure I understand.
Just thinking aloud.
So we've been more merchants. All seem to be mages. Okay, so that's the wrong person.
I'm Geralt.
Brass of Banard. I remember you from Thanet. I believe I saw you in Oxenfurt, too.
Seems we only ever meet on Elvenland.
Indeed. But I suspect you're not here to chat about elven ruins.
Let's see.
On the contrary, I find elven ruins interesting.
Do you really? Elven works are not half as interesting as gnomish ones.
But even ruined, Loch Muin is impressive. It must have been beautiful in the times of the First Conclave.
Everything was better before the war, as they say. The sources, those children that old Geoffrey Monk brought here to train in the magic arts, must have walked around gaping at all they saw.
Somehow I just can't imagine Hen Gedimdeath as a small gawking boy.
You met him? Ah, right, on Thanet. His death was a terrible loss. Terrible. You see, Geralt, everyone complains about how the world is taking a turn for the worse.
Values are being compromised. The small is dislodging the great.
Exactly. But the events on Thanet truly marked the end of an era. The world grew up, losing its virginity in a rape.
What use are masters of magic and legendary heroes to a grown-up world?
They're of no use. That's the point. Today, people manage perfectly well without mages, witches, and heroes.
Yet not everyone understands that, and not everyone likes it.
You're so clever, you'll get in trouble. We'd best change the subject.
Actually, I'm here because of your weapon expertise.
I'm no expert.
You're the best swordsmith among mages.
I'm more interested in the cultural relics of other races, actually.
I'm going to need a solid cultural relic in my hand.
I guess the circumstances require haste.
But yeah, good old politics and philosophy going on there. Truly in character for Geralt too, which is great. Let's continue asking everyone about the Wild Hunt.
I'm interested in the Wild Hunt. Any chance you know something about it?
No, birds are not exactly my speciality.
Thanks.
So what he sells? Armor of Tierna Leon. Superb stuff. And a sword called Sericantamond. Elven sword. Kaviri sword. Matrigrad. Novigradan sword. A whole bunch of great stuff. Wait, Elven Sigil. As far as I know, sigils are only dwarven. But I may very well be wrong. You've ran armor enhancement. Well, that's interesting. Armor sells that. Which may be better than ours? I don't know. It's 23 and 40 vitality. Yeah, it's a good deal better than our armor of luck and wind.
The owl and the rat.
See, notices. Gargoyle contract. We've already done that. Let's learn more about gargoyles.
It's a brazen attack. King Radovid will learn of this.
Radovid sent them, you idiot!
The audacity!
Pull yourself
See.
together.
So this guy.
Erso, what are you doing here?
No future in rat catching. I decided to pursue a career in entertainment instead.
Good luck.
This troupe has potential. As their manager and master of ceremonies, I'll make these folk the most famous entertainers north of the Yaruga. Seen our new number?
Hold on, Erso, before you get all worked up. I've had more than my share of entertainment recently. What I need to know is if you still make traps.
Anything for a colleague?
What does this sell? Lures and traps and bombs. Nothing we need at the moment. That armor of Tierna, but
Hey there!
I'd rather say that our current stuff is decent. Gargoyle contract, but I'll learn more about gargoyles. We don't have any knowledge about them, and I don't know if we can get any books anywhere. So let us continue reaching for the imprisoned Philip Alhard. Maybe finding some goodies along the way, maybe not. Been there, that's where it came from. What are those? It's Nilfgaardians. This means that this here is completely justified. Guardian sword. Enough Guardian sword. See how good are they? 40 to 44 and bleeding. So they're fairly standard. And Gwihir is luckily on par with weapons from here. A place we came by before. With the what's it called in the Mystic River. Yeah, we need just. We'll probably run into that at some point if we go below ground. Ooh, well.
Take that.
I've been undergeared the entire game, really, because the Karen armor will more or less get you through the entirety of Chapter 2. and you'll feel like a beast the entire way through, and if we'd made the Draug armor, that would be carrying us right now. But we opted out of doing that because that's just the way it is. Let's see. Where are we to go exactly? There. And going up here didn't seem to lead us anywhere.
At your service.
Yes. We could of course just go and get arrested, but those people respawned. Let's see, can we go through this door? No, we can't. Oh no. Just run around a bit, maybe we'll find a roundabout way to get where we're going. This definitely looks interesting.
Constable John Natalis.
It's an amphitheater. It's probably
Are you thirsty or hungry? Please, help yourself.
And pure junk.
Geralt of Rivia.
Oh, this guy.
Greetings.
Here to see the show. It's cancelled, indefinitely. We're now in the services sector.
What service do you provide?
I was once a good swordsmith, or at least it looked like I might be. A riot came through, took my workshop with it, but the skill remained. I actually prefer swallowing swords to hammering them, but that upsets my wife.
Give her my best.
You can do so yourself. She's Ilona, the bearded she-elf.
Ah, and how's life with a bearded she-elf?
Pretty normal. We don't generally bring our work home with us.
That's nice. Let's see, the current skin armor, it's no longer that good and we don't have materials for it anyway, but what this guy is selling, what's he peddling? Could want any falconer gloves, which I think are about as good as ours. Could want any boots, more boots. And Temerian falconer gloves. Well, we've got what we need in that regard. Gunveil lead. 43, 45 and 3 rune slots.
We're dangerous and
We have that would just double our damage even without runes. Do we even have any runes anymore? Let's see. Earth rune. That's a cool one. And a moon rune. But no, those are the only runes we've got. It's still an amazing sword though, so we will grab it.
Whatever the case.
And let's see. We shall equip it. And in turn, we could also buy recipes for making runes, but nah. So more health. Sectoids and necrophages. Yes, some more health. I mean, whenever we draw the sword, we'll technically lose health because the health bar is increased. And then a moon rune just because we can. Can't stack fire runes and everything.
I know.
It's still a decent sword and looks pretty cool.
We must think.
Let's sell our old one to him. And also Nilfgaardian swords. Look at our diagrams. Do we have anything mentioning runes? I don't think we do, so that's completely okay. And then we run away.
Prepare for your final lesson.
Oh, she's also
Welcome.
mentioned.
I'm Ilona, the bearded she-elf.
Bearded?
Don't be a child. We came here to perform, but this place is a circus in itself. Nobody's interested in us, so we're on to plan B. Trade.
What do you sell?
Food. Fresh. Very good. You want to buy something, or are you waiting for my beard to grow out?
I need to see her beard, and she's just selling junk. So let's sell her some junk.
Final? But
I'll have no discussion.
Another merchant.
This
please, help yourself.
Oh, it's her.
Have fun.
You'll learn what a sorceress can never agree.
So, are we... Yes, we are going the right way. At least, on the surface we are. Oh look, gargoyles. We got the sword and our fire increases in a tiny bit. Explode. It's good to actually deal damage to them when we attack. And we didn't even finish it, just to round it all up. Or round it all up, really. Dust, if we end up getting gargoyle knowledge just by killing some, that is okay. But we're not going out of our way to do it, because
magic or danger.
See another one of these. Let's say. The dark sky, the beauty of a falcon's flight, faster and faster. Now, I can't read runes, so I don't know what the solution here is. Let's just try one. It's faster than flight, something like a falcon. And this here could be a falcon, I suppose. We'll take that. Let's see. It's going with an unorthodox, but not at the same time not at all unorthodox pattern, and then we hope for the best. If it didn't work. So let's get going. Yeah. Don't tell me they respawned. Good, they didn't. A locked door, so we need to find a way to find some sewers. That's gonna be the name of the game now. Unless of course we can leave through this door, which we can't because it's a locked door.
Prepare for your final lesson.
Final?
Let's see. There's some other secret way to go.
So, even the Nilfgaardians have graced us with their presence.
Your Excellency knows well that our hosts are libertines and eccentrics.
My dear Councillor, northern business should truly remain northern. No extravagance excuses Shillard's presence.
Forgive me, Excellency, but I must disagree. Let us be realists. The Emperor would learn of every word spoken here anyway, knowing that our hosts have moved forward with their famous hospitality.
Famous hospitality. Good one.
Yeah. But turning the camera around, I noticed a certain someone. Arian Lavalette.
Witcher Geralt. We meet again. Who would have known? I thought cats always landed on four paws, but I see wolves sometimes do as well. I trust you have not come to demand my surrender again.
I've come to find the Kingslayer.
And once again don the robes of a hero? Enjoy the fame?
I don't know about robes, Arian, but something along those lines.
Well, as much as I detested Foltest, Temeria now trembles in its foundations, and I sincerely hope Natalis succeeds in salvaging it. Otherwise, the barons will tear the country into bits.
Yeah, how the hell did he survive?
The last time we saw each other, you had locked yourself in a cellar full of oil that you had set on fire.
I grew up wandering the nooks and corners of that fortress, Witcher. I know passages even the mice have not heard of.
For a long time, a lot of people thought you were dead.
Well, that would make two of us, am I right?
Shouldn't you be in Vizima? I heard things got a bit chaotic after Foltest died. It might be a good time to try your luck, especially if you've got royal blood in the family.
Clearly, you do not understand what will happen here, Geralt. The re-establishing of the Council and Conclave is but a pretext. The North's most important rulers have come here not to reconstruct some assembly of mages, but to seal the balance of power and establish spheres of influence. Only fools and cowards have remained at home.
Okay. So he's still alive, and politics. that, there's a good chance that I am lost, because we need to get through there somehow.
And Hugh of Scar?
I'm just wandering around aimlessly a bit until we find some sewers. That's what we're going to be doing now.